You guys got to give this a go. Check out this good arroz con pollo right here. I got 6 chicken thighs. Go ahead and add 3 packs of sazon, a good little bit of sea salt. Now get that in a hot pan with a little bit of oil. I let these go for about 6 minutes on each side. They're not completely cooked, but I'm going to go ahead and remove them now. Right here, I'm going to add in 2 potatoes, 2 medium potatoes, and add leftover oil. Go ahead and brown them up. Now I'm going to add my 3 cups of rice in here. Go ahead and brown it up with the potatoes. I'm going to add 2 small serrano peppers, 2 small tomatoes, half an onion, and half a cup of carrots. Give that a good mix. Brown it up together. Now I'm going to put my chicken back in there right on top of the rice. Add 5.5 cups of water and give that a good mix. Add 2 tablespoons of chicken bouillon. Let this go on high heat for about 4 minutes. Then I'm going to cover it up for about 15 to 17 minutes. And it looks like this. Check it out. Nice and fluffy. Go ahead and plate this beauty up. You know I need a little bit of hot sauce, a little bit of soy sauce. Take a bite out of this beauty and enjoy.
Get ready to be blown away by the snack. Take a puff rice, slap on that peanut butter, add cut up strawberries, make it cute. Yeah, that's it. Follow for more.
You have to try this 4-ingredient smoothie. All you need is banana, blueberries, plant milk, and vanilla protein powder. I'll put the measurements down below. If done right, this will taste like a creamy vanilla blueberry dessert. You won't be disappointed. Now there's only one thing left to do.
Here's how I make
Chocolate peanut butter cake. Level your layers out. Add a dab of frosting to your board. Add a ton of icing to your middle. Smooth it out. Stack your layers. And add too much frosting to the top. Like too much. Spread the icing and let it fall over the sides. Just like that. Spread the extra icing. Take this handy dandy tool and take off all the extra icing. And smooth out the top. Your crumb coat is finished. In the meantime, fill your icing bag. Once again, add a ton of frosting. Smooth like crazy. Handy dandy spatula. Do the top again. Comb the sides. Add some swirls. Just realized I forgot the ganache. Take them off. Add ganache. Beautiful. Add some new swirls. Shell board and Reese's.
If you're looking for an epic breakfast, you came to the right place. Let's cook up some potatoes, adding some chorizo sausage and thick cut bacon. Cook these all off until they're really well caramelized all on the outside. I love that bacon because it drips right into the potatoes as they cook. Adding some mushrooms and making a little hole in the potatoes. We're gonna fry off a couple tomato slices as well. Adding some baked beans into the fire and then dropping in those eggs. This was so freaking delicious. I loved every bit of it. Honestly, it was such a fun recipe to make, especially for a large crowd. Once it was all done, we dove right in, topping it off with some chopped parsley, and we were ready to go. You can find the whole recipe on my blog.
This is how you make lo mai fan, aka Chinese sticky rice. First, wash your sticky rice. Don't forget to save the rice water for your plants. Using the hand method, measure out the water and pop it into the rice cooker. Then cut up your ingredients. Here we are using dried mushroom, Chinese sausage, and hamai, aka dried shrimp. Make sure you keep the pieces small. Pan fry all the ingredients in oil for about 5 to 10 minutes, stirring them frequently so they don't burn. When your rice is done, start adding it to your pan and season with about 1.5 tablespoons of soy sauce. Mix everything together and cook for another 5 to 10 minutes until it's at your desired crispiness. And ta-da! It's ready for you to enjoy.
We're impressing our family today and making smothered chicken. Get your chicken thighs, Lawry's, some sazon, get it in there, garlic, salt and black pepper, a little paprika. Okay, now get it everywhere, massage it. Under the skin too. So that's the back and the front and even under the skin. Some garlic, boom. An onion, boom. Get the oil in your pan hot. Same seasoning on the chicken goes in the flour, boom. Whisk. Dredge your chicken in the flour, both sides. Repeat. Oil's ready. Skin side down first. About 5 minutes each side and don't mess with it. Flip. Pull it out. Get rid of a little bit of the oil. Saute your onion, butter, garlic, crushed red pepper. Add the seasoned flour. Whisk continuously. Slowly add chicken stock. Don't stop whisking. Half a cup of heavy cream. Chicken back in, spoon it over. Cover. Oven at 400, at least 30 minutes. And what do you think about that? Grab some. Boom.
Enjoy.
Step aside avocado toast and let me put you onto this tomato toast. Toast, cream cheese, sliced tomatoes, black pepper, crushed red pepper flakes, and balsamic glaze.
You tell me I'm your ride or die. Well, you asked for it, and here you go. Here's my
the most fluffy pancake recipe ever. Just kidding, but they are super fluffy. 2 cups of flour, a 1/4 cup of sugar, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, a pinch of salt, half a teaspoon of salt, 2 eggs, a 1/4 cup of butter melted, 2 tablespoons of vanilla, 1.5 cups of milk or buttermilk. And if you watched my infamous buttermilk, how to make buttermilk video, you know that you need to use 1 tablespoon of white vinegar or lemon per cup of milk. You add all the ingredients and then you barely mix. You only want to mix for about 30 seconds. If you overmix, your pancakes are going to be tough. If your pancakes are tough, that's the reason. And look at these delicious fluffy pancakes. Man, these things are so good. If you watch me throughout the year, you know I've got an amazing garden and a peach tree. The peach tree makes jelly, but here's my peach syrup. So good, man.
Crispy sweet potato fries. Cut the sweet potatoes into 1/4 inch thickness, coat them in cornstarch, then transfer them to a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Add some olive oil and give them a good toss until it feels good. Then bake in the oven at 425 for 30 to 35 minutes. Hit them with some sea salt. So good.
To make these incredible gluten-free and vegan peanut butter chocolate pots. Firstly, blend oats into a flour. To a bowl, add oat flour, cacao powder, maple syrup, baking powder, pinch of salt, milk of choice, whisk until smooth. To ramekins, add peanut butter, cover with the chocolate sauce. Bake at 200 degrees, 10 to 12.
Alright people, it's time to cook another lobster tail that's as big as my head. This time we're going to grill it. Split that lobster shell down with some shears and then take a knife and get it cut down the middle. Now we're going to sneak in a Wagyu filet mignon for the ultimate surf and turf. Cook it about 5 minutes each side. Going to move that over to the indirect side to let it finish coming up to temperature. Put the lobster tails shell side down, cook about 4 minutes, then flip them, cook another 4 minutes. Flip them again. Now we're going to start basting it with a sage garlic butter. Look at that bubbly deliciousness, people. The steak is done. The lobster tails are done. Let's get inside and assemble the ultimate surf and turf Buddha bite. Y'all ready for this Buddha bite?
Last time I made this, I called it a Philly cheesesteak casserole, but someone commented saying that they were offended by that, so I'm not sure what to call it, but whatever it is, it's really good. And I'm even going to make it in my cast iron pan to make it a one-pot dinner. I'm starting off by slicing 1 onion, dicing 2 bell peppers, and about 8 ounces of mushrooms, and I like cleaning my mushrooms with a damp paper towel. I just got this knife, I really like it. There is a link for this and this chop and stir in my bio. I'm just going to brown the meat, add the veggies with some butter and seasonings, and the full recipe is going to be on my Instagram, so check me out over there. And then I just mix all of that up and top it with some Italian cheese and American cheese. And then it goes in the oven for 10 minutes on 350, and that is it. And as always, make sure you hit that follow button for more easy
Okay, I'm going pretty hard on this one, so buckle up. Butcher's cut, double thick, Pappy Van Winkle barrel-aged maple syrup. This bacon will change your life forever, I kid you not. Start by laying the strips out on a baking sheet with a wire rack, then throw them in the oven at 375. After 15 minutes, take them out, give them a quick flip so they cook evenly. Another 15 minutes, pat them dry with a paper towel to absorb some of that grease. Now it's time to make the glaze. A little butter and brown sugar to start off, add in your maple syrup, let that come together nicely, then it's time for the fun part. Throw in a shot of bourbon to get a little flambe action going. Make sure you burn off all the alcohol so that your pan is no longer on fire. And once you get to this point, it's time to coat the bacon. Use a brush to really lather the glaze on there nice and thick. Throw them back in the oven for 15 minutes. Take them out, flip again to cook evenly. Recoat, back in the oven for 15 minutes. Then transfer to a non-stick baking sheet to fully cool, and you should have something that looks a little bit like this. I mean, come on now. It doesn't get much better than that. Need a fun brunch idea for the weekend? This is definitely the one.
Did you know you can make brownies using Diet Coke? This is my favorite, super simple, slightly healthier option for making brownies. It just takes 1 box of sugar-free brownie mix and almost 1 entire can of Diet Coke. Once you've poured almost an entire can of Diet Coke into your brownie mix, stir it up and then add it to your pan. Bake the brownies at 350 degrees. I baked these for about 35 minutes. Basically, I just keep checking the oven until it stops being super sticky on top.
Feel me. Feel me.
You ever have those nights where you just don't feel like cooking anything? Well, this is what I do when I have those nights. These frozen crusts from K-Bosh have been saving my life lately. I take them out of the freezer, separate them, and sear them on both sides to give them a nice crispy crust. And then I just top them like I would any other pizza. This first one is my boyfriend's favorite. It's a buffalo chicken, and I just throw ranch on the bottom and some chicken that I tossed in buffalo sauce, and then cheese and a little bit of bacon bits at the top. My favorite is just a plain Jane pepperoni and cheese pizza. And fun fact, my first job was working at a pizza restaurant, and I actually really liked it. These are awesome for quick dinners, and they come in so many other flavors. I highly recommend these. You guys should definitely